DeLauren right up here speaking as well as singing? Yes.
Hi.
Welcome.
I've missed you. I see you and I love you. I see you and I love you.
So DeLauren's going to tell you about our choice for the charity for March, International Women's Month.
Woo!
Sort of.
Sort of. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
First of all, happy Sunday.
Happy
How are you doing?
Sunday.
How are you feeling? You feel alive in you?
Yeah.
I am so, first of all, I want to say I'm so grateful. Really, deeply, deeply, deeply grateful that Unity of Gulfport has selected Girls Rock St. Pete as your charity. I'm gonna cry even just saying it. I cannot get behind it more powerfully. Every cell of my being is absolutely in it. I am a Girls Rocker for life.
Yeah.
And I'm so thrilled that Rachel Sibilia is here actually to share with you exactly where Girls Rock is. I may say a little bit more after Rachel, but come on, girl. Get it warm. I mean, this woman is the heart and soul, and so many people, well, she'll tell you. But anyway, Rachel Sibilia, and I just...
Does my voice project loud enough? Thank you. Howdy.
Hello.
I'm Rachel Sibilia. I am the founder and sort of director.
Right, there's so many. Yeah.
All of the things for Girls Rock Camp St. Pete. Our executive director, Jessie Miller, many of you probably know her with all her work in the community. She wasn't able to make it today. She's in Jackson, Mississippi for a wedding. So, anywho, thank you so much for having me, Reverend Kimberly. Thank you so much for having me, and DeLauren, of course. I was so humbled when you reached out to invite me here today to talk about Girls Rock Camp, and we thank you for all of your donations and tithing that's going to go to our program. It really is run by our community, and coming in here today, I've not been here before, is really wonderful. Seeing so many people and so much talent and care and love is, whew, got me right in the feels. Those affirmations.
That's what Girls Rock is.
Those affirmations. So, due to COVID, my public speaking is not the best. So I'm going to be reading a few things just to make sure I cover it all. I was really good at it one time. So.
You still are. It's just, you know.
Well, thank you. I have to get back to it.
You rock, you rock, you rock.
So, who here has heard of Girls Rock Camp before? All right. So I'm going to ask a couple questions just to get some feelers out there. Can you remember when you were 11, 12, 13? How did you feel about yourself? Did you feel good? I didn't. I really did not at all. Late elementary school, early middle school is when girls and trans and gender expansive folks really start to feel the breakdown of confidence and realizing that we're continuously pit against one another. We don't know how to feel about our bodies. We don't know how to feel about our intelligence, about the way we take up space. And I suffered from that really bad. So through my young adult life, I started playing music, and I really enjoyed the space. There was a lot of times where I was asked, like, oh, who are you dating in the band? Or who are you selling merch for? I'm not. I'm not at all, actually. And being able to play music really allowed me to figure out how I can take up space, how I can get out there what I need to say, and for people to hear me. And a few years went by, I was in a really lovely band, and everyone moved away, and then there was this huge hole for me. And I was traveling, touring one year, and I met this woman who told me about Girls Rock Camp and what the model is. And it always stuck in the back of my brain, and then my band broke up, and I thought, there's a hole in me, and there's a hole in our community, and I need to be a part of fixing that. So that's where Girls Rock came from. So for those of you who don't know, Girls Rock St. Pete is a nonprofit program that's built around creating safe, creative, and equitable spaces for girls, trans, and gender expansive youth. And though our curriculum is music education, we also teach life skills, leadership, and self-worth through mentorship and collective care. And these life-changing skills live long after our programming, and they're carried out into our campers' homes, schools, churches, and communities. And the ripple effect of positivity and meaningful outcomes has created a deeply supportive community here in St. Pete. And every year since 2015, our base has grown and grown and grown and grown. So we've actually went from 18 campers in one primary room music school to 45 campers, creating 8 to 9 different bands each summer, and it continues to grow. And it's been wonderful. So thank you. We can't do this stuff without our community. Like, it truly is grassroots. Everyone starts together, and we can't do it without people like you just listening to what we have to say. So due to COVID, our most coveted program, our Power Week, or our Camp Week, as a lot of people know it, has been on pause. But we're super psyched. This year, we're actually bringing it back. It'll be our first camp in over 2 years in person. So come mid-July, we'll have about 45 campers entering a jam-packed week of instrument instruction, band practice, songwriting, and life skill workshops. And as I mentioned before, along with the music, we teach our campers about social justice, self-care, environmental sustainability, and really we're working together to break down the barriers that are put up against girls. So, yeah, we're just constantly working to getting a little nervous and a little teary. So every aspect of our programming is really to challenge the status quo of how our girls and non-binary youth feel about themselves and each other. And I'm really excited that DeLauren's here to speak. She's such a wonderful speaker, and you really give the camp justice and everything that you do, because our program is run completely by volunteers. And if I had $1 for every time a volunteer says, man, this was the camp I needed, I was a kid, I may be able to retire for a week. It's a really beautiful program, and it's run by our community and by our volunteers and your support. So thank you so much for having me, and DeLauren.
Give it up for this amazing work. So I want to make the comparison. She saw the need. There was a hole in the community. She saw the need.
Yes.
And the hole in the community, and both of you stepped up and said, I can do this. And you know what's really cool is both of you are mothers. How sweet is that? You're like, you know what? I got this. You know what? I got this. And I want to say that also in keeping with, first of all, really, Richie did such a stellar job. I know you were nervous. Nervous beyond, I was like, I just so, to speak to, you know, one of the most potent messages that of unity is to fully unembrace and live as our authentic selves, loud, unapologetically, because we're beautiful in our way.
That's right.
Baby, we were born this way. We were born this way. And to live in that love of self. You know, in Polonius in Hamlet, above all else, to thine own self be true. That has been my mantra since I read Hamlet. Because to be true to yourself is to be true to that which created you. Whatever you believe, whether you call that God, goddess, spirit, source, energy, it doesn't matter. When you are true to that, when you are supported in that, when you are loved in that, when you are embraced in that. I did not have that. I wished I had a girls' rock when I was growing up. I wished I'd had a girls' rock growing up. And I can't say enough how important, especially now, with as divided as we have become over politics and ideas of what this country should look like, and what a woman should look like, and what a man should look like. All these shoulds and these walls and these restrictions Girls Rock says no, no. No, no. I do not accept that proposition. I embrace myself, I embrace my brothers and my sisters unapologetically in love. In love. In love and support and encouragement and empathy. Empathy. We see the struggle in each other. We see the power in each other. And we can support that. And so I am so grateful, so grateful, so grateful, so grateful that you are supporting Girls Rock Camp St. Pete this month. And I hope that you continue to support it throughout the years, because I cannot really, truly, it is something like, if you practice yoga, you know you take yoga off the mat with you. It goes into life with you, and Rachel absolutely hit it spot on when she said, what happens at Girls Rock does not stay in Girls Rock. It goes out into the world, into the community, into the schools, not just from the campers, but as volunteers. And nobody makes a dime. None of the directors, nobody makes a dime. This is all volunteer. Rachel volunteers, I don't know, how many hours of your life? Like 100 in a week?
Sure.
Yeah. On top of being a mother, on top of working a full-time job, but that's the dedication. That was the recognition of the need. The recognition of the need to really empower those who identify as female, whether they were born female, as a birth certificate, or whether they identify. And so, thank you.